You're about to listen to the award-winning Stuart Pedasso Show. This show is for ideologically and emotionally mature audiences. If you should not be here, please go away. We'll still be here when you're mature enough to partake. Mwah!
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the Stuart Pedasso Show. I'm Dave,
And I'm Melissa.
and I'm sorry, nothing snappy. I'm tired.
Yeah,
tired.
and there's no Carrie to make it even more lively.
Well,
than
that's
she
true.
does.
I'm so tired. I couldn't coordinate getting another person for this week.
Couldn't just do it.
I didn't get a hold of you till last night.
Right.
And I was in class while I was doing it, so it was like it's been a week. Not necessarily bad, just it's been a.
And
very
I
full
intended
week.
to get back, and I feel like, as I said in my text back to you, that I'm like, well, I actually did mean to call you or text you and let you know that I wasn't going to be available, or I wasn't sure if I was going to be. It turns out I'm just a half hour later.
No, it's all good. Well, which I needed, because I will get to that. I had to do something today after school, and I will tell you about it.
Tell me about it.
Well, why don't I
Or do
start?
you have other things to talk about?
I have the I can turn this into a chronological story because
Oh,
there's multiple things.
There's layers.
Yeah, well, I don't know layers, but there's just the one after. They're not all necessarily connected, but the connection is connected to my job.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not getting fired.
I love how you put that caveat almost
Well, I
every
have.
single
Well, if I'm
time.
going to talk about my job, because
Right.
see previous job, I talk about it on the show and I get fired. So well, let's start with, because this isn't just a my school thing. This is all over, at least New York State. I can't speak for the rest of the country. There are many, many, many who I'm assuming kids making fake, doing posts on social media about shooting threats. And my school has just been topsy-turvy all week. There's been... oh, I forgot about this story. Yeah, okay, I can get into this one. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it in the right way, though.
Right.
I won't do it in a getting fired kind
So
of way.
this is the new bomb threat that used to be like when we were kids, and this is going to sound crazy, just to interject that real quick. When Dave and I were young, kids would do bomb threats to schools all the time. And back then, because this was before 9/11, this was before Columbine, this was for all that kind of stuff, rarely did anything actually happen. I know somebody who did it several times and they never got arrested.
And you didn't
even try.
And you didn't have that contact network that was like robocalls and automatic emails and even text messages, because I've been getting crushed with those. And I work at a school. I'm not even a parent.
So back in the day, people would do that, would do fake bomb scares. So now this is a new thing. This is a new thing.
So one of the days this week where that was happening, there was somebody posted something somewhere, and whatever. The school was on lockout, which means nobody comes in or out. You can shuffle around the building as opposed to staying in your room and locking the door and all that jazz. But no, I won't say that on the show.
Okay.
I almost did, but I'm not going to do it. So, so one of these was called, and there was a lockout. You couldn't go in or out of the building. And I happened to be at a place where I could see through the window to see the front of the building. And there were, now again, I work in a rural area. My building is not lying. I say this like I'm trying to make a joke, and I say it in a mildly amusing way, but I work in the middle of a field. Now there is a building I work in, but it's in the middle of a fucking field. So,
and considering where I just came from, I can say, out in the sticks. Yeah.
So
Big building, middle field.
So there's extra. There's extra police presence. We have
because if it really was happening, you were like totally open.
We have a deputy in our building, which I don't know. I don't remember if we talked about how I feel about police in schools. No,
we don't love that.
But we do. We've had one, and it hasn't been horrible experiences like you hear sometimes, but still, I still would rather there weren't police in the school. But anyway, so with this, there was an extra presence in the parking lot, and I was able to see out the window. And because I work in a rural area, the two law enforcement people left something to be desired. One dude was cosplaying Camo Boy with nothing I could see that looked like police. He just looked like he went to his local gun club and got his camo and Kevlar. And he was walking around with a serious long gun. And then the other dude had a sheriff's deputy shirt on, untucked, and he was sloppy large to the point where his pants were old, raggedy, hanging down blue jeans that looked like he got from Goodwill. And he had the kind of long gun that looked like he just got it off of Pa's mantle.
Interesting.
Right. And even, well, I don't know, I'm going to say, who's the fuck?
I would assume because around here it would be a handgun.
This wasn't the A-team. Okay.
Right.
And they're walking around like,
and
they're
that just, I don't know, like
patrolling
these big guns, and it's really strange.
And it was just very odd. And then there's more to this. Like the next day, there was. I'm not going to be. I'm not, because the last time we talked about shootings or whatever at schools, that's how I went down the road to getting fired. So I'll just leave it. But that part was kind of comical to me. That's what was sent to protect us. Those folks. So there was that. So that's been stress, making the kids freak out a little bit. It's been a stressful week. Yeah. So all right, now I'm going to get to today. So in the course of me with the diabetes, I see my doctor regularly, and I just saw him this week, and he didn't. I usually, when I see my doctor before I go, I have blood work done, which you do, right?
Like you do.
So my schedule is crazy. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to do this? How am I going to get there? I'd like to get there before work because you got to fast. I'm not fasting all day, especially if I'm working, and I take a lot of energy to work, and I won't make that. My blood sugar will get too low, and I can't. So
I'll get hangry, and that's no good for teaching.
And so I got to,
if I was a teacher.
So I got to figure out a way in the morning, but it's a school. I got to be there stupid early, and I work 30 minutes away. It just so happens. I've been there over almost 2 years now, coming 2 calendar years, but this is the 3rd school year I've been there. And there's a building right at the edge of our parking lot that is part of the University of Rochester and has a lab there. And they open at 7 a.m. Out in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like,
weird.
I just happened to look up. I was like, holy crap, I could go, and it's an hour before the kids even get there. When they open, I could go get my blood done before work and still not be late to work. Brilliant, dude. Brilliant. So I went, and they didn't have my paperwork in the system because my doctor forgot, whatever. So I go to the doctor, we do the doctor stuff, and he's like, all right, just get it done this week. I'm putting in the orders in now. So I go today. Now, when I went the other day, when they didn't have the paperwork, I got there right when they opened up, and there was a line of, now I know I say that I am old, but people older than me, retirees, people that have nothing better to do, but they got up at the crack of dawn to be there when this fucking place opens up. All right, whatever, you do you, bro. So now, today, I do the same thing, and there's an even longer line. I'm like, you people are retired. Sleep the fuck in.
I know. You don't have to be. You don't have
day
to do this.
To do this. So, but here's where the funny / cute part comes in. So, because of COVID, because of the pandemic, the labs, at least here in this area, were doing this. They had these signs outside the parking lot with QR codes where you can you can sign in using the QR code on your phone, and you wouldn't have to go in until they called you. So while these old folks are there, and look, when you go in, you sign in on a tablet that's mounted to a wall at a really inconvenient height. These old folks I knew were going to take forever to do that. I was like, oh, fuck, I'll sign in on my phone.
I'll use the fucking QR code.
Right. So I do that, and then I walk in to go and sit down, and dude is just talking to me like he's known me his whole life, the guy working there. And these older folks are like, he didn't even go up to the counter. He didn't log in. How does he know? And he goes, Dave, we're ready for you. And I go in and I do my blood work. And as I'm walking out, we're just kind of just barely having logged in themselves, even though I came in after all of them. They looked at me like I was a sorcerer. It was cute. It was like, how did he do this? Does he use mental? They weren't saying this, but the looks
you can
on
see
their
that
faces,
they're like they had no idea.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was cute. They were just like, and I just went, all right, Grandpa, sleep in next time. Damn it, you're retired.
You're retired. You don't have to be
You
here.
don't have to be up this early.
Silly.
Goes to bed at 3 p.m. Fucker. So that was the beginning of my day, and so I got like this. You like this?
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, the guy who did me. This was one of the worst.
Yeah,
blood
that's
draws.
a terrible. That's terrible blood draw.
You know how they call it a jab? He literally jabbed me with a needle.
Wow.
And it actually looks a little bit better because when I got home, I put Toperson on it. It has gotten it has shrunk in the last hour. Actually, it was pretty big. So, go through my day. And the day wasn't too bad as school is going. It was all right. And at the very beginning, I had to go over. Now I work on both sides of our school. And so I'm back and forth all day, and I had to go to the other side for a second. And as I go to the other side, one of the teachers who I've worked with before is there, and she has a mask on. And I'm like, oh, what the? And she didn't have a mask on when I saw her like an hour before that. And I was like, hey, what's happening? And she was like, her teacher's aide just went home. She tested positive. 3 of my students have all these symptoms. I'm wearing a mask. I was like, oh, man. Look, if you listen to Stuart Burdasco Radio, we have an ID that continues to say wear a mask, social distance, all that shit. COVID has never been gone. We just don't report on it. They don't, there's some places that are still checking wastewater and stuff. COVID has not gone away. In fact, it's been increasing a little bit at a time this past year, and now it is running through our school. So I had to go back to my room, and I've been carrying them forever. I have masks, like reusable, you wash them stuff in my bag. So now I'm back to wearing a mask at school again, which really, I hate them more than life itself.
I know.
But yeah, I got to do what I got to do.
You know.
So I go through my day and wearing the mask. Okay, I'm trying to get used to it again. It's like burlap underwear. And so I'm like, well, as soon as I found out and I put my mask on, I was on my laptop and I did an appointment at the local drugstore, and I needed a COVID shot. So that's when you said, hey, we were only a half hour late. When you texted me, I was getting my COVID shot.
Getting a COVID shot.
Yeah. So, folks, it hasn't gone away. In fact, it's getting worse. It's getting all over. You should be masking up. Even if you think you're going to be okay, to reduce the spread, all that jazz. We got to do it, man. I mean, it's not at a spot where there's people still getting long COVID. There's still people that sends to the hospital. So just do it. You got to do it. I mean, sucks, but if you're in public anyway. And I did test as soon as I got home, and it was negative.
Right.
So yeah, if it was
well, I just had the one. I just had that strain anyway.
I know, but if you did, I still would have said we shouldn't, because you wouldn't get sick, but you could still carry it.
I could
and spread it.
I could.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that to folks.
No, we wouldn't want to do that.
So yeah, so now I'm back to wearing masks in public, and now I gotta figure.
I'm noticing it a little bit more again. working.
Yeah, you were
working there, or even just like I just going grocery shopping recently. I noticed more people with masks on.
Yeah. So
well, usually I notice that. I mean, I shop at Aldi. I usually notice that the people in Aldi, the cashiers, almost are always wearing a mask. A lot of them do.
I had not noticed that.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
I will pay attention. Yeah. Okay. I was at Aldi's yesterday. And there's a lot of times people in various places out in public will, ask for money.
Yes, they do that.
A family was out there, and they were some kind of Southeast Asian. I don't know if they were Indian, Pakistan, something, but
that's tough.
And like it was like the mom and like a couple daughters and a little son with a big old sign. And I mean, I gave all the cash I had. I didn't have that much cash on me, but I gave what I had. But that was an interesting.
Oh, it's sad.
There wasn't just some guy with no teeth going, hey, can I tell you a joke for $1? It wasn't
right.
that guy, right?
Yeah.
That was weird. Speaking of that, you said Aldi's and that just because that just happened last night. Because I've been thinking about them, just wondering what their story was, but I wasn't gonna ask.
Right, of course not.
Yeah, right.
Just hope that other people gave them money. Hope that they had a place to stay. Hope they had somewhere to go that night.
I mean, the little one I think was going to buy booze with it, but whatever. If you're 8, you need booze. Well, you need whiskey. You
need whiskey.
Well, there's sugar in it.
Sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all I'm saying.
You're stressed.
Who am I to judge?
Stressed 8-year-old. I need to just sleep.
You really stand inside Aldi's asking for money, man. What the fuck? I'd be stressed.
I would.
Hell yeah. People looking down at you at 8. That's all I'm saying. Okay, and I'll get this last thing out of the way about my week. So I'm wiped out. My if you remember from a little while ago when I had my cancer scare, it turned out to not be cancer. Just I've got a shitty hip and all that shit. So my hip's been killing me, and for doing sports ball all wrong, and so my hip's been killing me, and just meetings and two protests this week, including that one at the mag, which actually went really, really well, which was interesting. It was
Dan worked there.
Was he at the?
Yeah, he was there. He was there all day.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was.
Well, I heard a couple people went in early when the event that was happening in the mag was going on. I wasn't. That was way before all the people outside were there. But we were off the museum grounds. It was
a legit protest.
Yeah.
It is your right to do so. So
it was interesting. So we were peaceful.
Right.
We didn't block sidewalks. We didn't block anything. Everybody was going by. But the local police department, in order to quote monitor us, I'm putting air quotes out, to monitor us, had a police car sitting in the left turn lane the entire time, blocking traffic during rush hour.
Well,
and we're the assholes.
Yeah, you're the assholes.
Like, fuck. So,
and just for anyone know, it's not. It had nothing to do with.
Oh yeah, I think we said that last week. No,
it had nothing to do with art.
Two local politicians rented whatever space it was within the museum, like an event space.
And it's done through U of R, which is our daddy.
Yeah, and it was about enticing local businesses to get involved in the war machine.
It
was really creepy and shitty, and they deserve to be protested. Not the mag.
But those people.
Yeah. So
so there was that one, and then you had what other one did you?
Well,
have?
the usual Tuesday one, which is at the same corner of the week, where in fact we'll be coming up on the 8th week in a row, which is really Woo, let me try that in English. Is really well received. I mean, every week we get one person screaming at us from literally a minivan, not the same minivan, but it's always a minivan. But everybody, horns honking and fists and peace signs out the window, and it's really well received.
Nice.
Nice. No, it's totally
like nice things.
So
and honestly, I even hope, at the mag that, I hope that some at least some people understand like what was going on, and that there was some people like going by and stuff like understand what was going on.
Yeah. And all the signs had nothing to do with the mag. Nobody was saying mag sucks. Nobody was doing any of that stuff. So I don't see anybody.
I love my job. I'm like, I don't want people to not want to go there.
So
people rent the space and it just happens. And we're a non-for-profit. We need money and so whatever.
The last thing
I look at it as we're taking money from those people. That's what I look at it.
Well, okay, yeah, but let's be honest. Now, okay, let's have this conversation quick.
Yeah.
So, yes, the mag's a nonprofit and it needs money, but it is a part of this university with I don't know if it's but at least $1 billion endowment. So if the mag needs money, fucking U of R has the money to give them.
I don't know how it all works.
And that's not the mag's fault.
No, not at all.
That's the fucking university who mistreats their Palestinian students and is whatever. I'm going to start that. Anyway, so I think, again, you know how I get blurry on this. We did talk about my ASL class last week, didn't we?
We did talk about ASL class.
So here's part 2.
Okay.
So if you wouldn't listen to last week, so this is another reason why I'm really drained and I'm kind of babbling. So my class was last night, and it's a 2.5 hour, maybe just a little bit over that class, and it's at night. So I get up at 5:30 in the morning and I teach all day and all this jazz, and then I come home for an hour or so and usually do shit online to catch up on stuff, and then I go to my class. And again, I think last week I was talking about how we did 30 minutes on describing a hippie gown, a caftan. Caftan. Well, how do you say it? This week we spent 30 minutes talking about how to describe sushi. 30 minutes how to describe tostadas. And 20 minutes on how to describe chili rellenos. When you take the poblano, you stuff it with cheese, and you deep fry it. Chili rellenos, whatever, how you say it.
Rellenos.
So, yeah,
I don't know. I wouldn't know either.
I'm literally going to gouge my eyes out one of these classes. I just can't take it,
This
man.
doesn't sound fun.
And so, but it hit me. Here's the funny thing. You'll be like, Dave, look, you've been a fluent signer in American Sign Language for 25 plus years or so. These are students who are learning it just now, even if it is ASL 3. Give them a break. Not so fast, my friend, because here's what I realized yesterday, which made me a little more animated about this. If it was those students who are just learning the language and they took ASL 3, which is bless them. They really want to learn this language and they want to make sure they get it right. So they're going to fucking talk about sushi for 30 minutes and how to describe it. Fucking sushi. You take the rice and the fish and you wrap it up and you eat it. Anyway.
It's fishy.
Yes. What kind of fish? Really, salmon? Can you eat raw fish? Shut up! It's fucking so. Just describe it and move on with your life.
It's fishy.
Okay. So, but I realized,
unless it's not fish, I guess.
But I realized, this may surprise you. I'm glad you're sitting down for this.
Oh boy,
who is dragging this shit out? You would think, oh, it's these poor hearing students who are trying to learn this new language, which is not an auditory language, it's a visual language. It's a new experience. No, my friend. It is not the hearing students. It's the 3 motherfucking deaf students in the class. There's 3 hard of hearing students who obviously grew up in a mainstream. Their parents must be hearing. Parents must have made them go to mainstream schools. They hearing aids, whatever. They sign to a degree. It's way more signed English, and almost every college now you have to take some kind of language. Right. And so obviously they took ASL, which makes sense,
right?
But it's those 3 fuckers that keep dragging this out. They want to talk about what kind of fish is in the sushi. Shut the fuck up! Look it up online. You've got a phone. Just look it up. I've been up since 5:30. Stop doing this to me. That's what I realized yesterday, that it's the deaf students dragging this shit out. And I'm not saying that because I'm not saying anything bad about deaf people. It's just a weird observation.
It's just interesting that of all the people, those would not be the 3 you would assume.
Exactly.
So that's why it's weird.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I'm not going to side-eye deaf people in an ASL class. I'm not that much of an asshole.
Yeah, you're not that much of a dickhead.
Yeah, because I totally could have.
I'm feeling like it, but I ain't going to do it. It's
even
not
the
right.
teacher who was deaf yesterday was done with it. She was like, you need, she was saying in sign language, obviously, because she's deaf. She's like, you need to stop. You cannot talk unless you raise your hand. It was like 3rd grade. You can't talk unless you raise your hand. And they still weren't following the directions, the deaf kids. And I could see her getting frustrated because even she was getting tired of talking about fucking tostadas.
Wait, did she mean talk in sign language or talk? Yeah. Okay, I didn't know speak, talk, or talk in sign language.
We don't use our voices in class.
At all?
No.
Okay, so it is just signing. So they're being rude and they're signing out of turn.
Well, but they keep the conversation going when we've described the sushi.
We've done it. We're
we
done.
Need to move on.
We're done with the sushi.
Yes. We're done.
I mean, it is true. Different sushi does taste different, but there's so many other things.
It was just the exercise was to learn in American Sign Language how to describe something.
Right. So right. I get it. Yeah. But they were just getting way too into it.
Your glass, right? To describe your glass, you would just say, "Hey, it's Looney Tunes glass. You can see through it, and it has Tasmanian devil on it." Right.
Right.
In sign language, you got to say glass.
Glass,
see-through. There's a specific way that you do it in ASL. Right. So that's what we're learning how to do.
Gotcha.
And then, but the goal was to learn how to describe something. And if those deaf people aren't here now, they'd be like, well, what's that cartoon? I don't know. Where's the cartoon? What channel is it on? Is that still on? We'd be talking about that. Oh, where did it come from? Well, does everybody have those glasses? Like, I'm going to punch you in the throat if you don't stop.
Stop.
I'm not going to do that.
We're done.
So it's just I walk out of there even more exhausted than than I should be. And yeah. So it's been a long week. I'm really, really tired, and as you can tell by my babbling.
Well, it's just I mean, on some level, it is kind of like you already know how to do all this stuff, and you just need the credits.
Yes,
and
I need the credits so I can get official. I am teaching.
So it's already a little bit annoying to you because you already have to do it.
But I acknowledge it. No, but I am learning from this class.
Right. You had said that.
Question.
Yeah, you have said that.
Because I originally learned ASL from a relatively large group of people that are both
Street
adults, that are both adults and children, and they all had different styles. Mm-hmm. Some were more signed English, some were really super capital D deaf ASL, and then everything in between. So I have some. I'm not going to call them bad habits because everybody signs, like everybody talks a little different, right? Like there's formal English, but usually when we're talking, you leave the G off of something that ends with an ing.
Right.
So it's
simple.
that kind of thing, right? So, I mean, I am definitely unlearning some relative. I don't want to call them bad habits. Because I want to be someone who does the best ASL that I can, not signed English. And I'm unlearning some habits. So it's totally beneficial, even though I'm already teaching at the high school level and that's not the problem.
It's the same thing with almost any language. I'm sure if you're learning French,
absolutely.
There's some things you say in French that aren't like actually like the real way of saying things, but that's what you always learn because that's how people do it. But you're like, well, no, you have to learn the proper way.
There's slang in ASL. There's absolute, without question. In fact, in the class, this class I'm taking this semester, the last one I have to take, that was even a discussion for a few minutes that I thought was pretty fascinating, that there's formal and there's informal, and you're learning formal and kind of a little bit in between. But she's like, I'm going to show you informal, but that's not what we sign here because I want you to recognize it, but that's not how we sign. And if you sign that in here, I will correct you. So I said it like she said it mean. She didn't say it mean.
It's like, learn what you're supposed, learn the proper things first, and then you can fuck around with it.
And I'm doing that too.
Right. That's what you do in life. Period.
And I don't know the reason for this. There used to be it's still a thing. A sign for like brother and sister, and at some point around it changed. The ending of it changed, and I don't know why. And I don't have an explanation, but you might see in an old video / movie, or if you meet an older person, would still sign it. So I teach my students the way everyone does it now, but I said, but I want this to be in the back of your head in case you meet an older deaf person or you see it on TV, like something that's older, so you can recognize it. But don't sign it that way. I want you to sign this way. And my kids couldn't give a shit. but they're kids, and that's why they're in my program.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have one more thing that's about both of us, and then we'll move. Then we'll hear about your trip.
Yeah, I would love to talk.
Well,
about
no, we have news, and we're not gonna. I know last year we talked about this like every fucking week for like 3 months. I will not. We will not do that to you because it's really early. But just letting folks know, if you are curious and if you enjoyed the shows that we do from the Rochester Erotic Arts Festival, we have signed up. We have paid not only for our table, and we know where we're going to be at the festival. Both you and I have paid for our rooms for both nights. We will be staying there both nights.
Fantastic. I'm still not 100% sure if Dan's going to be there, but I'm hoping.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, we'll find out for sure.
Is that just because of work? Because he enjoyed it, didn't he?
No, he did. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask him.
It was the guy in the diapers, wasn't it?
I don't think he really cared.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Not really. I mean, as long as they're not, messy diapers.
Asking Dan to change him?
And asking Dan to change him. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't give a shit. Don't care.
I was just kind of making a joke.
I know.
All right.
It was fun.
So, yeah, we will be there next year. And it's going to be April 11th through the 13th. And I've already started thinking about a few things.
Okay.
A few things.
I got to think about some outfits.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm going to be there like at night. I don't have outfits. What the fuck? I can't believe this is about to come out of my mouth. What the fuck am I going to wear?
I know. You need an outfit.
I need chaps.
Get a chaps.
I'll borrow Peter's. He's got to have chaps, right?
Don't
all the gays have chaps?
I don't know.
We'll ask him when next time he's on the show.
Okay. We can ask
Do all
him.
gays have chaps? I'm writing that down.
I know. I think that might be a really nice name for the show too. That's actually
It's a little long, but yeah, I could totally make it work.
I mean, it is kind of great.
Do all the gays have chaps?
Yeah.
It's got to be the gays, right?
It's got to be the gays.
Do the gay have chaps? No. How am I going to say this now?
Yeah. Do all the gays have chaps?
Do all the gays? Okay. Do all the gays have chaps? All right.
Have chaps.
Make sure I don't now tomorrow, because I do not post on the same day anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping I read this right and then I say chaps, because if I don't remember and I go to post the show tomorrow,
It might be chips.
chops. I was going. No, it looks like chops.
Chops.
Yeah, do all the
Chops,
gays have
okay.
chops.
Whatever that means.
Pork.
I don't know.
Skill on a musical instrument. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Kung fu.
Oh yeah, Kung Fu
Kung Fu
chop.
chops. Yeah. What the fuck? I haven't even had a beer yet. And I'm like,
I know. We haven't even finished my beer yet.
So you just got back into town.
I did.
How's that for smooth?
How we are so fucking smooth here. You are smooth jazz Dave.
I am.
You are smooth jazz Dave.
And my R&B name when I'm doing performing is crap. What are the initials? Go ahead. I'll get back to you.
You'll get back to it.
Yeah, I'll get back to you.
Smoothie Dave.
No. It's one of my favorite band names. If you go to stuartburdasco.com, which I'm doing right now,
Because you'll find it there.
and yes, you will find, and you go to stuartburdasco.com, there's a tab towards the top that says band names, or it says steal a band name, and there are over 100.
Yeah.
I
mean, we come up with them all the time.
The most recent one was from our friend Amber. That was Made for Anal.
Oh yeah, that was a
With
good
the
one.
number 4. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where the hell did Deuce Juice and the Smart Rocks come from?
I don't know, but that's
All right,
good though.
That's good. All right, hold on. Let me. I just want to make sure I get the letters right, because this is one of my favorite ones. If I ever become an R&B crooner, my name will be LW Fresh.
LW Fresh.
And that's a smooth name. Isn't
That's
it?
a good one.
That is.
LW Fresh.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right after Fancy Animals. It's in between Fancy Animals and Passionate Dumpster Fire. So
That sounds somewhat for like something I might have remembered from a past.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something. Anyway. So yeah, my husband and I celebrated our 3rd wedding anniversary yesterday. Hooray.
it's funny. You guys go to I won't say exotic. You go to places, and my wife and I go to a baseball game.
Yeah, I mean people do different
I
things.
know.
Exotic. Well, I'm not going to say Ellicottville, New York is exotic.
Well,
But
there was woods.
there is. So
Maybe not palm trees, but
what we did for our there was lots of trees. What we did for our anniversary is we went to this place called Griffiths, not Griffith, Griffiths, Griffis.
not grimace.
Yep. Sculpture Park, and it is in East Otto, New York.
Please tell me this is not like the Petrified Creatures Museum.
There's literally sculptures all over the
But
woods.
like real sculptures, not like fake dinosaurs that were purple.
No, like actual like art. I'm.
Oh, cool. All right,
I have a
good,
bunch
good.
of pictures. I took a bunch of pictures.
I'm sure I'll
but
see
then
them on the Facebook.
but my phone. I didn't have enough juice to take as many as I wanted, so Dan took a bunch of pictures for me too. So I gotta get with my husband and get all the pictures.
Yeah.
So we went to it's a sculpture park in East Otto, New York. It's kind of. I mean, it's sort of. I've known about it for years. Dan just more recently had heard about it. But
Had you been? Had you been?
No, this was new. Neither of us had ever been there. But so back in 1968, I think is when it started. So there was a guy there. I forgot his first name, but his last name was Griffiths, and he just started building these sculptures. And there's I don't know how exactly was it his property or I mean, I'm sure there was a whole story to have found out, but we didn't really get the whole backstory on it. There was hardly anybody there, which was cool. We only saw two other people there, I think.
So can I ask questions?
Yeah.
So the sculptures were outside.
They're outside. It's an outdoor park.
Okay. And are there places is it I know this isn't the right word to use, but you'll know what I mean. Is it like a resort where you stay where the sculptures are, or you stayed somewhere else and you just went to okay. All right.
So it's basically what I called it was hiking with art. because
that sounds like the next incarnation. Like if Bob Ross came back with reincarnated, he would do hiking with art. That would be the name of his PBS show.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
So it's the middle of these beautiful woods in East Otto, New York, like I said, and which is
East Otto.
East Otto is what it's called.
AUTO.
OTTO. Otto.
Oh, Otto.
Otto.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
Otto.
I'm sorry.
Otto. Yeah.
All right. Yep. It's all good.
So, it's like maybe like 30, 40 minutes south of Buffalo. So, like, kind of over there.
Okay. For some reason, I always thought that town
It's
was
not far
towards
from-
Syracuse. It's the other way. It's
The other
west.
way, yeah.
All right.
And then
Look at me learning shit.
yeah, and it's not that far from Allegheny, from the Allegheny mountain range or whatever range that. Yeah, I guess mountain range. Which is beautiful. Anyway, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunningly beautiful out there. It's not that far from where Letchworth is as well. Just like like maybe an hour from there. So it's a lot of hills. And there's a lot of skiing out that way. And Ellicottville is a big place to go for people to go skiing if you're into the skiing thing. So anyway, it's these giant, like some really, really huge sculptures, like you can climb into. Like one of them is a tower. You can literally climb on
It's
it and into the
interactive
tower.
art.
Yep, a lot of them are. You can climb on.
So in this case,
them.
unlike the mag, you touch the art.
Yeah, you can even climb on it.
Yeah.
Like they don't want you to climb on the art at the mag.
Yeah, Dan will shoot you.
He won't shoot you. He will say to
He will
gently,
give you a
he
stern
will say,
warning.
hi, could you please step off of that? Thank you.
It's not even stern.
No,
Will he at least
try to
wag a
be-
finger?
Yeah, we try to be nice there. Like we don't try to be like, we don't want people to feel like they're bad. We want people to.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. I teach interesting
You know how it
kids.
is.
No, I don't. We can't talk to kids like that. They walk all over you.
Okay. So
Billy, stop.
Well, there's some of the sculptures actually out in the area you can walk on at the MAC. There are some you can walk on.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I should. Yeah, there's a few you can. There's and they do, and I have as well.
Okay.
So yeah, so these are they're very big. Like I said, there's some of them are really huge. One of them, I said, is a tower, and you have to climb up into it and everything, which I did. And some are more of like, there was quite a few that are like kind of, I don't know, I don't think you'll know what I mean by Bauhaus style art, but a lot of it was that, and I love
but I've
that.
seen that word before. I just don't know what it means.
Yeah.
Take that for what it's worth.
Yeah. So there was a lot of that, which Dan and I both love. There was a lot of it was mostly contemporary. It's almost all contemporary. Like some things.
I think there's a font with that name.
Is there?
I think,
there is.
I think that's what's popping into my
Bauhaus.
head.
There is a Bauhaus font.
That's where I've heard the word. It's from the font.
It's from the font.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was in delay there for a minute, but yeah, it clicked to me where there's a font with that name.
So but there was also things that are there's these giant like there's a giant praying mantis, a giant spider, a giant dragonfly. There's all, and then the one major one that I've seen pictures of before. There's one called 10 Bathers. So there's a pond there, and there was a guy there I did ask who did tell us the story of that. There's 10 bathers around this pond that are tall statues of nude women in aluminum, and they're just around the pond like they're about to jump in, or they're so cool.
I'm sorry, but the women, the statues are made of aluminum?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Because my brain went two ways on that one.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, it's got something on it to make sure that they don't rust through and stuff, but they're made of aluminum. And then they used to be bathers in the pond itself. And I've seen pictures of that online, the pictures of them in the pond, but they're taking out because some of the structures underneath them, they said, were rotting. So they had to take them out.
For that long, you get wrinkly.
Yeah. The bathers themselves are fine. Like they have them out of, like they're on display, but I didn't take pictures of it because it looks kind of silly. I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. If they're in the water, it would make sense. I took pictures of the ones around it and because that looked cool, but they used to be like five more, I think, in the water, 4 or 5 more in the water, just coming out of the water. So it looks like they're bathing. It was, I don't know. I've seen the pictures online. They were pretty cool. So you can see them online. But anyway, yeah, so the hike is hard. Going all the way up to where the tower is and then further is all a steep incline. I had to stop so many fucking times because of my back and because, old. I mean, I'm 10 years older than Dan, so, he's trudging along a little easier than me, and I'm like, I have to stop, so I'm sorry. He's like, I know, it's all right, it's okay. But he's like, I just want to keep moving because I just want to fucking get to it. I'm like, I would like to just keep moving as well, but I'm sorry, I cannot. So I'm going to keep taking breaks. You can just keep going ahead of me if you want. But anyway.
Go on without me.
It was hard. It was tough. It was not easy. But on the good spot, then of course that means you get to go all the way down and you get to you take the hill down. So sure. At least walking back was really easy and everything. Anyway, it was as cool as I thought it was going to be. Just so many, oh, here's a sculpture over here. Oh, there's one right over there. Oh, there's a sculpture, in the middle of that
same
field.
Dude did all of them.
I don't think it's all the same dude,
okay.
Perhaps. I'm sure if during the weekend they actually have somebody there, like an admissions office, like we went in for free.
Oh,
it cost $5 to go in, but there was nobody there to take money, so you can just go in.
So like a box to throw money?
No, I mean I told Dan that I'll send them some money. I'll go on their website and do a little money for them because I think it's well worth it. It was definitely worth. If we paid $5, it would definitely be worth it. So yeah, Griffiths Sculpture Park, East Otto, New York. About a half hour from Buffalo-ish. And really great hike. Wear really comfortable shoes. I wore hiking boots and I was not sorry I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially hiking around and there's Sharpie things.
Yeah. Dan almost stepped on a snake.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Like a dangerous snake?
No, it wasn't a dangerous snake. I don't know which type of snake it was, but it was not a danger noodle. It was a friend noodle, but I was happy he did not step on it.
Yeah, sure.
Because not stepping on snakes is good.
So that sounds really cool, but that's actually, to me, okay, and this is my weirdness, that's not the most interesting part of the trip I want to hear about. Just because, especially the type of area that you were in. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you went to like a city somewhere, I really couldn't care less. But because of where you were, and because I've had so many kind of odd experiences in these type of places, I got to know, like, what was the place you stayed like? Was it just like in the middle of nowhere? Or was
No, we stayed at a hotel.
Well, I assume that. I didn't mean tell.
Oh no, we stayed at a Wyndham hotel in Ellicott.
Wyndham. Like a brand name.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, not
there is a story attached to
the
that.
The downtown Mortar Lodge.
No.
Because I'm thinking like the motel I stayed in Long Island when I went. Yeah.
No, Ellicottville. One of the other things is, yeah.
You have to rush. Okay.
Yeah. I'm having fun. We drove through Attica, which I know you're familiar with. Apparently, Dan did not know that your mom was worked at Attica, was a prison guard.
Hold on. I'll come back to the mic in a second.
Okay. All right.
Yes and no.
Well, she worked there, right?
She
worked in the prison.
Okay. So my mother, when we were kids, I would say I'm going to do this by grade. 6th through 9th grade, okay, or halfway through 6th, worked at a smaller prison. It starts with an A as well, Albion. That's why.
Albion, not Attica.
No, but that's what I'm saying. There were times she got sent to work for a day or two or a weekend or something in Attica. She's been in that.
Okay.
The famous one where the prisoners revolted in the 70s and stuff.
Yep.
So she has been in there and she has worked there a day or two at a time. But that wasn't her regular gig. Yeah. Which is not that super far away.
No. I mean, they're both pretty close.
Yeah.
So anyway, but Dan still didn't know that your mom did that as a job.
Yeah,
now he's and he's like, I'm like, I don't know if you've even met Connie. He was like, I don't know, but if I do, I mean, probably
at the
my mother. Well, at least at the wedding, probably, but I don't know of other than that.
Huh. Well, that's weird.
Yeah.
Well, we got to do something about that.
I know. Well, because now he wants to meet her because now he wants to ask her questions. Now he's got questions.
A long ass time ago, but okay, sure. Yeah, she'll answer.
Anyway, so we drove through Attica. We stayed at a nice hotel. So here is a little thing you can do out there, friends.
Okay.
A little trick I have.
A trick?
It's not that big of a trick. It's not that big a
tricks
deal.
are always good.
Yeah, but it's not like I'm doing anything bad, I feel. Anyway, once I got to the hotel room, we already paid for it and everything. So Dan paid for it.
I'm fascinated. Please, now
Okay.
I have to know this.
No, all I did was they said, they asked, gave us the information and then I just randomly, Dan said something and then I randomly kissed him and I said, "Happy anniversary, honey." Did we get upgraded to a suite? Yes, we did. Did I do that on purpose? Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So when we
what was funny when we were walking up, we looked at the windows where we assumed the suites must be, and I'm like, oh man, it'd be cool to be in there. Totally were. We were in one of those rooms.
All right. Okay. Here's how I'm going to use this information.
Okay.
So when we go to the Erotic Arts Festival, I'm just going to find someone who's passing. It's the Erotic Arts Festival, and I'll just slip them $5 to kiss me, and I'll get upgraded.
I doubt it. All those rooms will be taken.
They always save something.
You think?
The only thing I'm really worried about, I just hope the person's mustache doesn't tickle.
I know.
I know.
You gotta be careful.
Because 9 out of 10 people at the Erotic Arts Festival have some kind of mustache.
Yeah, a lot of ladies.
All right, 7 out of 10.
I mean, no, it's true. A lot of ladies like to play around
that's
with it, like wearing the facial hair. And stuff. It's fun. It's cute.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Who doesn't tickle?
Yeah.
Unless it's stubbly, then it.
And that's
not only that.
So yeah, we got upgraded to the suite, and which was really nice. It was pretty sweet. Had a jacuzzi tub, which I did use last night because I enjoy a jacuzzi tub.
I do enjoy jacuzzi tub, but man, in a hotel, I don't know if I'm gonna try the jacuzzi tub.
No, I did.
Did you spray it down first or something?
It was clean. You could smell it. You could smell it was bleached.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm like,
that tells me
that room was actually. I will tell you, that room was mega clean because you could smell that they had used
That's all I'm saying. Then good. Then I would be good.
And the sheets. The sheets also you could tell were all right. Really clean.
Then that's good. No, yeah. Because if you didn't, I'd be like,
oh, here's another thing I noticed
pass
too.
On the jacuzzi stuff.
So I didn't use their toiletries because I brought my own toiletries. But they had doubles of all the toiletries, which I've never seen. If you needed an extra, the toiletries you have, the little, the little lotions and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, they had 2 of each of them, and I've never seen that. Usually, I've only seen 1 of each thing.
Well, if it's a suite, then that assumes that it's more than one. Because usually, if you get a suite means there's 2 kind of roomy things, right?
Yeah, but maybe
so that's why.
But there was only 1 bed, though.
Yeah, but then I bet you there was a couch that came out.
It might have. You're right. That could be the truth.
Where did I end up? I ended up sleeping on someone's couch in a suite. I'm having or maybe that was just some weird dream. Man, don't even get me started on my dreams this week. Maybe I dreamt it. I really thought I did. Like something happened. Like something happened in my room or something, and I ended up sleeping on somebody's couch. Something like that. Anyway.
Anywho, so yeah, it was cool. We got upgraded. So yeah, Ellicottville is a small town and with a brewery, EBC. Yeah. They are very proud of their brewery down there.
It's been around for a very
long time.
Yep.
It is a craft beer. Yeah, it is considered a craft beer. And yeah, they are early for this area. They're an early craft beer.
Oh yeah, no,
they've been around, and their blueberry weed is it's like a steady oh well, they got the EBC blueberry weed. I'll have that.
It's not my favorite blueberry though.
But it's okay. But I know what it is, and I know I'm gonna if I drink it, I'll if the Rohrbox one, I know what the Rohrbox one tastes like. I do generally like blueberry ale. I do like blueberry ales generally.
Me too. But there's it's a little heavy on the alcohol taste for me.
Oh, okay.
That's
what you feel.
So yeah, if I'm feeling like I want that, then I know where to go because I will have. I actually look for it on purpose then. But if it's like something with blueberry. Yeah. I like more blueberry and less alcohol.
More blueberry.
If I'm in the blueberry mood.
Well, they had a bunch of different ones I'd never tried too, like a whole bunch of different beers I hadn't tried before.
We're drinking Jenny Red Eye, and if you go to the Jenny Brewery, there's like mango chutney and there's whatever.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of different
when you
ones.
go to the brewery itself, anywhere, they're
yeah.
always going to have the in-house.
because I've gotten like crowlers of like the interesting ones and taken a
growler in forever.
Not crowler. I wouldn't buy growlers anymore.
Why?
Because they're hard to get through. The only time you want a growler... Well, you have to drink it really within 24 hours or else it starts to go bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of beer from 24 hours, I think. Anyway.
It's Friday night, bro.
Yeah. You do you. You are an adult. You can do what you want.
That's true. I mean, I don't drink nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah.
But there are nights, especially after long weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't get those much anymore, but we do get crowlers. The smaller ones. You get like 2 beers out of it usually. Like 2, you can get usually you can get 2 people to share it.
Well, oh God, okay, old show that's not on the internet, but I have, and someday I keep threatening to post these on our Patreon and don't get around to it. I really need to break my legs or something, so I'm just stuck here doing shit. But anyway,
okay.
When we were trying that beer from the brewery out when I worked at the jail, I'm picturing the logo, but I can't remember the name of it.
Is it Prison City?
No. Prison City. That's Prison City. Isn't that out by the Erotic Arts Festival? They got something.
Oh, yeah, it is there.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Is it?
Oh, their beer's good. Oh, yeah, they have some. Their brewer is one of. I don't know if they have the same brewer or not. Oh, I don't think they do. Okay, the brewer they used to have, who I've met before. Okay. Super nice guy, and he won like awards.
Dude. Okay, so now that you tell me this, it's right down the road from our hotel, from the thing. Yeah. We're both staying 2 days. We should
check it out.
Oh my God. Yeah.
We could go there and get some food and drinks. Getting foods and drinks there instead of at the
for sure.
Yeah.
Which that place the food at the hotel was meh. Yeah.
It was hotel food.
Yeah. So yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I think it had lube in it too.
I don't think it had lube in it.
Come on. Stop. Please.
So anyway, Ellicottville. What else is about Ellicottville did we like? So we ate and drank at the EBC there. They have, that was like really pretty. They had a whole huge, like this huge back patio with flowers and everything. The only thing that was bad is there were aphids everywhere.
Okay.
The baby ladybugs, aphids. Yeah. So, I mean, because it's a huge backyard and there's flowers everywhere, so there was aphids like crawling on everywhere, and some people were getting really freaked out about it. But I don't know, like Dan, my husband does not like bugs. I was getting ready for him to go like, I don't want to be pecking all these bugs. I mean, I don't fucking care. They weren't calling on my food. They weren't trying to eat my burger. I mean, like...
Depends on the bug, but yeah, I hear you.
I mean, you can barely see them, so they're so tiny. They're so tiny.
If it was weird, I'll use the term. If it was like praying mantis thing or something creepy, then yeah.
Oh, yeah, if it was like, but
whatever.
like
creepy
baby
bug.
Aphids, they're so tiny. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but there were some other people that were being really pissy about it, so Dan, I think, was like, I'm not going to be like one of those people. I'll just not
what do they want the staff to do? Go squirting Roundup around or whatever?
I know. It's like, I mean,
I understand.
Whatever. I mean, I understand like people may not want bugs near their food, but I'm like, if you eat outside, you're like enjoying, like, oh, look how beautiful it is back there. Look at all these beautiful flowers and stuff. Well, obviously they're not using pesticides because...
generally you will not have flowers without bugs.
Yeah.
Because that's how nature works.
That's how it works.
Yes.
And it's
if you don't like it, get your ass inside with the air conditioning and the cable TV. Watch the sports balls.
Watch the sports balls, because that's what other people were doing. But Dan and I were enjoying. Plus, they had a really good playlist. The music playlist was great. They were playing a lot of oldies, like 60s oldies. So we were like digging it, enjoying it. We had 2 really good burgers. And yeah, so definitely could recommend that place. And then we went to this. Oh, what else did we go to? I went to a sock store. There was sock store
by the seashore.
No, just
she sells
sock
store by the seashore.
I bought 2 pairs of socks.
Oh, okay.
And what else did we go to?
No, wait, no. I'm not letting you go off the sock store. You're not just going to say drop sock store and then go away.
It sells only socks. I knew every single brand that was there because of Parkley. I know every single brand.
Okay.
There wasn't one brand I hadn't heard of before.
Well, okay. Well, then I'm not going to have that conversation with you. Then. I need someone who isn't a sock expert. No, that's boring.
I'm totally a sock expert.
Right? No, okay. No, I can't talk to you about this. I need someone who's just as dumb about socks as me. Never mind.
Not even Dan is. He knows socks pretty well. Well, I bought.
You guys are killing me. All right.
I bought Gumball Poodle socks, which have really, really good padded heels and toes.
No, I see. Them. You're like an expert. You've bought socks like as a professional sock buyer.
I mean, really?
Yes,
yeah.
Literally. No, I need someone who goes, oh, I like socks with poodles on them. That's what the conversation I'm looking for, right?
I mean, there were.
So I was going to say, what kind of socks they have? I don't need to know the brand name. Like the XP47 sock. Dude, I don't know what that means.
There was, I mean,
they had socks
all the Halloween socks were out,
and
so were the Christmas socks, and
right.
so all of those are out, which was fine. I think they're both great, and yeah, I mean, it's a sock. I mean, I'm sure that there's so many pairs of socks there. If somebody said, "Do you have a sock with a frog kissing a chicken?" They very well might.
Do you know of that, or just totally random in your head? Because that's pretty impressive. It's random.
I made it up.
That's pretty fucking impressive, bro.
Thank you, bro.
I know. What's the cool I don't want to say coolest, but whatever that stands out in your head, like store that just sells one thing? What that you remember? You just went to a sock store.
Love it. Yep.
Like
love
what?
It. Went to a candy store. That was great today.
Well, candy.
It was a good candy.
There's candy. I understand.
We went to the candy store. It was really good. We got saltwater taffy.
But everybody goes to candy store.
I know. We got Oreos. We got chocolate covered Oreos, and we got dark chocolate covered sponge candy.
I don't mean on the stretch in your life. Because you go to stores, you're a retail person.
I do.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, because I have one in my head too that sticks out for me.
You know what? This was a store I went to when I was a little kid, and I thought it was so funny and ridiculous. And I still think it's funny and ridiculous. This was in California, somewhere in California, Southern California, somewhere. I don't know where, but it was in Southern California somewhere.
Mine was too, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was a left-handed store.
Oh, that's cool.
Everything was for left-handed people. My mom is my mom and my husband are both lefties.
That's cool.
So, yeah, we went to the left-handed. Oh my God, my mom was dying. And then of course some of it is like the left-handed mug. Well, that's mugs are but it's still funny.
Totally.
But there's stuff there that scissors that are meant for people with left hand. For left-handed people, and I thought that was really funny.
Mine was Pez.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. It was actually, this was the weirdest thing I ever did. Close to it anyway.
Any store that's a candy or food or any of that kind of stuff, I will love that.
Yeah, but it was just nothing but like Pez.
I went to a soda store.
Like there's no.
Oh, that was great. There's a soda store in Columbus, Ohio that I went to that just sells different kinds of soda.
Like I said, beers of the world, it'd be soda of the world.
Yeah, basically. Oh, yeah, okay. It was pretty great.
So the Pez thing was part of within Universal Studios.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that would make sense.
And which is, you're like, Dave, what the fuck were you doing there? And this is even weirder.
Mm-hmm.
I went there as an adult with my adult sister, who was like 17 months pregnant at the time and couldn't go on any of the rides. I don't know how the fuck we ended up. I went out to visit when she was pregnant with her first kid, Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Jaden's been on the show before, but not Tommy. When she was like ginormous with it, she couldn't go on anything.
Right.
I don't remember why we decided, let's go to Universal Studio, even though I can't go on any of the rides.
And I'm probably going to be really uncomfortable because I'm hugely pregnant. So walking is going to be just fucking glorious.
And she was a trooper, though. It was her idea.
I mean,
I guarantee you this was not my idea.
Oh, I'm sure it was her idea.
Yeah. And we went, and the only thing I remember, Pez store.
Pez store. It's a good.
Cool
thing.
went on. I went on a few rides on my own, but
I forgot there was actually a store in Rochester that actually probably has all of those beat that doesn't exist anymore. It was on Monroe Avenue.
What, the Pez?
No, another store that was great. Oh, there was 2 stores on Monroe Avenue that were great that don't exist anymore. One was a condom store that existed for a very short amount of time.
I bet.
Yep.
I don't remember that at all.
Yep. That was in the 90s. I think was in the. Yeah, I was pretty sure I was. Yeah, I think it was the 90s. And The other one was the mannequin store that just sold mannequins.
Well, that's weird.
I know. How do you not remember? Both of these were on Monroe Avenue.
Yeah, but who's buying a very...
Dude, I would totally buy a mannequin. Okay, I want to buy a mannequin now.
You're artsy person. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I've got a bunch of mannequin feet at home. I'm going to do an art project with them.
Okay, that is weird. In an artsy way.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you should be locked up.
No, I mean, I got it from my... No, it makes sense when you find out. I got it from my mother-in-law because she had them from the store that Lucky's parents used to have.
Oh, okay. So okay.
They were in a store at one point.
No, I understand it, but when
and then she asked if I wanted them because she knows I like weird artsy things, so she thought I might want to.
But when you say mannequin feet, you meant there was to like show off shoes and or socks.
Correct. They're just the feet.
Okay, no, because my thing went. There used to be a whole mannequin. You just cut off the feet and kept them. That's weird and creepy. That
would be fucking weird. No,
that's what I'm saying. That's what popped in my head.
No, these were just meant to display shoes and socks.
Because I would have had to start not closing my eyes around you if you were cutting feet off of mannequins.
Matter of fact, these would be. I'm thinking about the way they look. They wouldn't have been for shoes. They would have just been for socks.
Whatever.
So they were just sock mannequins.
You think you know a person after a million years.
You're like,
cutting off feet off Americans. Well, thanks for listening to our last show ever. It was fun while it lasted. Now I'm going to save myself and run.
So I went to one other. We went to.
We're at an hour, so it's all right. No, I'm saying.
Okay. So I went to another store that had really awesome. Kind of like boho chic, almost like Western type of stuff. And the person who, the proprietor of said store was awesome. Her name is Rula. And Rula has a daughter that lives in Rochester.
Is she Russian?
No. German and Greek.
Because wasn't there some alleged model, Rula Lenski, that did some dumb commercials? Okay, never mind.
No. She told me she was Greek and Russian. Or not Russian, Greek and German. Anyway, her daughter is, her name I think is Delane or Delaney, and she is a belly dancer and also teaches burlesque.
Oh.
And she said she's pretty sure, because we told her that we both work at the MAG, and she's like, "Oh, I've been to the MAG. I love the MAG. It's a great museum." And we're like, "Oh, thank you, and come and visit us again soon." And she was saying, "Oh, my daughter lives in Rochester," and she was telling me about. I'm like, I think I know who your daughter is.
Well, Rochester, we've said this. Rochester is a small town.
Well, she said people from Rochester come down to visit Ellicottville a lot, and she loves having us down there. And everybody, and then the other place we went to was, so anyway, she was great, and I bought some things from her because she was great, and everything was great, so I bought stuff, including the fabulous hat I wore with me.
No.
That you said looks like a festival hat, which it kind of does.
That was a compliment.
It was.
Okay, just making sure everyone knows that.
It's a compliment. It's a really cute floppy festival hat.
No, it's total. That thing could have been a Woodstock. I mean, that thing is. Totally. Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what
it's got the feather on it,
right? And
everything.
It's that brown. Is it the suede?
It's not. It's fake.
Suede-ish.
It's fake. It's fake suede. It feels pretty good though.
No, but either way, it has the look of suede.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it's cotton with like a brushed suede-ish kind of.
It's probably more comfortable than suede because suede's heavy.
Yeah, it's a nice hat. It's a nice comfy hat. So yeah, I bought stuff from her, and then the other place we went to that we really liked, it was called the Gin Mill, and we really only wanted to go. We were just looking for somewhere else to go get another beer or two, and we just walked around to a few of the other places, and it didn't seem right for us either. Like one was kind of swanky and it looked pretentious, and then the other one was like a bunch of people that didn't look like people we would hang out with. And I'll leave it at that. But there was a couple singing there, and they were a couple, husband and wife, and they were singing. They were called the Chili Billies. Or the Chill Billies. Chill Billies or Chili Billies? Which did I say? I don't remember. They were one of the two. Anyway, if you're ever out there, you should check them out. They were really good. That dude played some mean slide guitar, and her voice was fucking great. But they both played guitar, and they both sang. And I found out that he's a He's a high school teacher, a music teacher, and she drives the bus. And I'm like, could they not be like? We found that out from one of the other patrons there who was telling us about them because they really like them a lot. And Dan and I just looked at him like, stop it. That's just so cute.
Were they older? They were older?
They looked like around my age-ish. Okay. Yeah, somewhere between Dan's age and my age.
Okay.
Yeah, they were adorable. Anyway, they were really cute. I really liked Ellicottville, and I would actually go visit again.
All right.
Yeah. We like going for, we realized that we go to like the country for our, every time we've gone, every anniversary we've had, plus our honeymoon was going out to the country somewhere and getting away from people. That's what we do. Some people go to cities and
sounds like
crazy things.
Canned Heat song.
Yeah. I mean, this hat looks perfect to be singing it too, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I could be totally doing some Canned Heat. Yeah, I totally thought of that song also yesterday when we were going out there.
All right, so we in theory will be back next week. If we have to record on a day other than Friday.
Okay.
I have been asked to speak at an environmental thingy.
Nice.
Which that hat would probably fit in perfectly at.
It will not fit your head, I don't think.
No, I don't mean for you. For me, it's like if the hat.
Right. If I showed up, it would be perfect, right?
So I will be doing that. So if maybe there could be, if it doesn't work out, we just want to have a show next week, and that's okay. But we'll figure it out. But I'll be trying to stick it to the man.
Like I
do. And I don't know. I guess that's all I got. So until the next time we meet orally, orally, because orally sounds like we're going to meet in a different way.
And that's not what
I'm not necessarily against that, but we just met each other.
We just met. Yeah, it's a little weird. Yeah,
it's the internet, which actually fits it better. But anyway, so whether it's hourly or orally, I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace out.
I'm Rich Honkies, and I approve this message. When you vote for Rich Honkies, you vote for coal. Re-elect me this November, and I will work to increase our use of coal. You can see coal, you can touch coal, and when you burn it, you can taste coal. You can't see the sun? I know, I've tried to look at it. Wind is just a bunch of hot air, and what's that who's it? It's not even mentioned in my Bible. A vote for me is a vote for coal, the flavorful energy source. This November, re-elect Rich Honkies.
Paid for by Money for Rich Honkies.